Thank you. So my name is Emmanuel Guilmineau from Central Nantes. And today I speak about simulation around the Windsor body with several turbulence models using automatic grid-refinement. So the flow solver is IDDES-SST, is developed in my laboratory. And this flow solver is a part of Fine Marine from Cadence. This flow solver uses unsteady Navier-Stokes equation. It's an incompressible flow solver. It's a phase-based finite volume discretization, and we have several runs on the hybrid run CNRS model. We can solve the body motion, and we have also adaptive grid-refinement in this flow solver. And for the refinement, it's based on it's metric based. So we define a threshold, and with this law we can choose the cells will be refined, and we can use several criteria for the refinement. And I use the flux component Asian. So it's you have the definition here. It's blended between the pressure and the convection velocity. And for the hybrid run CNRS model, we use a temporary average of the instantaneous flux component Asian. So I use Windsor, so I don't present. For the numerical setup, I use 3 turbulence models, CNRS and 2 hybrid run CNRS, the IDDES-SST and the IDDES-SST. For the time step, I use 2 time steps, one for the CNRS, and the second time step is used for the fine mesh. And the time average period is approximately 200 convection time for the run simulation. And for the hybrid run simulation, I use this time step, and the time average period is between 70 time convection. And for the automatic grid-refinement, I use the flux component Asian as a criterion, and I try to do mesh convergence. So I use several value of the threshold. So I define it this. It's proportional to the length of the model, and I specify a minimum cell size for the refinement. So this slide presents the mesh, the number of cells for each meshes. So at the top is the mesh used for generated by the committee, and at the bottom is the mesh obtained with automatic grid-refinement. So I create a new mesh, because with committee mesh, it is not possible to use automatic grid-refinement with a mixed element. So I create a new mesh, but the size of the computational domain is the same, and the value of the y plus is approximately the same between the both meshes. So, and the initial mesh is similar to the committee mesh G1. And after, I have a mesh for each turbulence model, because as I use automatic grid-refinement, the mesh is dependent to the turbulence model. So we can see with CNRS, I can.
I mean.
Okay. So with CNRS, it's possible I obtain 5 meshes, and the fine mesh is 180 million cells. And with the hybrid run CNRS model, I can generate only 3 meshes, because the third meshes we have a lot of cells, and it is not possible for me to increase more the number of cells. This slide presents a view of the mesh in the symmetry plane, and I compare with mesh G2 for the committee mesh. So with the mesh obtained with Convergence-SST, we can see we have a refinement in the shear layer in the wake. And but we don't refine in the closed wake of the model. With the hybrid CNRS model, we refine in the closed wake in the model. And we are also refinement in the shear layer, but the width of the shear layer is larger than the shear layer obtained with the Convergence-SST. And now, if we are in the wake of the model, we can see with the Convergence-SST, we refine only around the separation zone. And with the hybrid CNRS, we refine also in the bubble recirculation. So now I present an unsteady view for the ideal surface of the cube criterion. So these results are obtained with the committee mesh. And we can see we have, as the mesh increase, we have a noise due to the change between the mesh. And we have less noise with DDES than the IDDES. And as the mesh is finer, the resolution in the wake is finer of the turbulence. And now I compare the result between the committee mesh and the automatic grid-refinement at the bottom. And we can see we don't have this noise between the change in the mesh. And the wake seems more tapered with automatic grid-refinement meshes. And we have a much finer resolution in the wake as the mesh is for the finer mesh. Now I present the evolution of the drag versus the size of the cells of the mesh. So when we are a low value of H, that means we have a very fine mesh. And this, I present the result for the result obtained with the committee mesh for the three meshes. So the in green is Convergence-SST, in red is a DDES simulation, and in blue, dark blue, it's IDDES. And we can see with the SST, as the mesh is finer, the drag coefficient is lower, and it is not converged. We have the same thing with DDES, except we increase the value of the drag when the mesh is finer. And with IDDES, we have approximately the same, we have a similar value for the drag coefficient between the G2 and the G3. And now I present the result obtained with automatic grid-refinement. So it is the solid line, the result obtained with the automatic grid-refinement. So we can see with the Convergence-SST, we have a very fast convergence of the solution. We can see with the third value of the threshold, we are close to the converged solution. And we have a very similar value of the drag coefficient between the solution obtained with automatic grid-refinement and the G3 meshes. For the hybrid CNRS, we can see we have a gap between the committee meshes and the mesh obtained with automatic grid-refinement. And we have less sensitivity with the DDES simulation when we use automatic grid-refinement. And we have a very good agreement with IDDES when we use automatic grid-refinement. So this slide presents the pressure coefficient on the base of the model. So at the top is the result obtained with committee meshes. At the bottom is the result obtained with automatic grid-refinement. And we can see we are, so this column corresponds to the fine mesh. And we can see we have a similar result between both meshes, but we are far the experimental solution. We don't have the correct shape of the pressure on the base. Now, it's the pressure obtained with the DDES simulation for the 3 meshes of the committee at the top and the 3 meshes obtained with automatic grid-refinement. And we can see in this case we have a very good agreement between, we have a good agreement between the fine meshes with the experiment. And the results are very similar between the mesh G3 and the mesh obtained with automatic grid-refinement. And now it's the result obtained with IDDES. And we can see, again, we have a good agreement with experiment. And we can see as the mesh increase, the area with a negative pressure coefficient decrease. And this value of negative CP decrease as the mesh is refined. And now I present the evolution of the pressure coefficient on this line, so at this position of Z, with the result obtained with the committee meshes and the result obtained with automatic grid-refinement. So we can see with Convergence-SST, we don't have a good agreement, but it is not surprising because we initially, previously, when we compare the base pressure, we don't have a good agreement. And we see with the hybrid lens LES, we have a similar shape of the evolution of the pressure coefficient between the numerical simulation and the experiment. And we have a similar result between, and this part of this base for the between the DDES and IDDES. And with the mesh obtained with the committee, we can see we have a very good evolution between the IDDES in the windward side of the model. So to conclude, thanks to the automatic grid-refinement, the mesh convergence is faster than the static meshes. So it's good for, like this, we have less energy consumption. And for the force and moment, the K-omega SST underestimates the drag coefficient by about 24%. And with the hybrid lens LES model, the drag is higher than the lens simulation, but still slightly lower than experiment. With IDDES and automatic grid-refinement, we have a better agreement with the experiment for the drag. It's approximately 2.4%. And for the base pressure, with the lens, we don't have a correct shape of the pressure, and we have a correct trend with the hybrid lens LES. Thank you for your attention.